Hi everyone. So I told you, and I keep to my promise, that whenever I get updates on the Ruby Frankie situation, and by the way, I've been saying Frank, apologies, everyone told me it was Frankie. Sorry, I don't really keep up with family channels, but I have an update, and it is that the husband of Ruby Frankie is now getting involved. Milo, what's up? I hear him like obnoxiously meowing. Anyway, the husband of Ruby Frankie is now speaking up as well, and there's attorneys involved, and there's more arrests apparently involved, and we're gonna get to all of it. So this first article that I'm gonna get to, this is the second one I'm gonna get to. I'm gonna put this on the screen while I'm reading it, but this one that I'm gonna read from the Daily Mail, the only reason I'm not putting it on the screen is because every single couple words is a picture of their kids, and it's like an overwhelming amount of picture of their kids. So I'm gonna not put this one on the screen. It's literally not like one or two pictures like the last one we did. It's like every single thing is a picture of the kids. So I'm gonna read this one to you, and when we get to the second article, we are going to put it on the screen. This one gives a little bit of a rundown on who Ruby Frankie's husband Kevin is, because not a lot of people are talking about him. And then the other one is talking about his attorney speaking up. So before we get into this video, please make sure that you can subscribe to my second channel if you want. I am posting every single day over there, sometimes multiple times a day. If you want to go over and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It's like my little passion project right now. Please go over and check it out. I have videos over the last 2 years over there, and I will hopefully see you over there. If you're involved, stick with me. So, again, it said that police were alerted of malnourished child with open wounds and duct tape that, fled the house. So Frankie's husband, Kevin Frank, has now said that he's trying to keep his children together as the mother of 6 remains in custody at the Washington County Sheriff's Department alongside her business partner, Jody. So both Frankie and Hildebrandt have previously been criticized for their teachings under, their counseling service, which we talked about. And again, earlier this week, it was 4 of their kids that were taken into care of the Child and Family Services. And it's unconfirmed if the children were related to either woman or what exactly, the extremities of everything is. Like, we have not found out everything. All we know is that the kid fled the house and then the other kids are now in safety, which is the important thing. So 4 of the kids have been taken into basically get looked after and Child and Family Services. The other ones are grown up and have moved out anyway, but all that we know is that the kids that are there are now safe, which is the very, very, very important part. So I can show this photo. So this is Ruby and this is Frank. So the wife and the husband, and then it has a lot of pictures of them and their kids. And so it says again, what was she accused of, which we're aware of, but this is what I want to get to, which is who is the husband? Who is the husband? Kevin. Milo, what are you doing? Milo. What has gotten into him? Milo. 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 Did you hear that? Milo. 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 He's ripping up my grocery bag. Hold on. This little shit. Hold on. BRB. Whoa. Sorry, that was loud on the mic. When did it end? All the enjoyment. No, he's not in the mood. He's in such a mood today. He is in such a fucking mood today. He's been so mean to me all day. He's been so rude to the girls. He's ripping my grocery bag up. He's trying to rip my carpet. He is in literally the worst mood today. And he's normally the one that's the fucking happy one. Oh, now he's going into my bedroom. He also scratched me a little bit. Fuck you, Milo. Anyways, So this is Ruby Frankie's husband, Kevin. Following the wife's arrest, Kevin Frankie's attorneys have said that his client's urgent focus is simply to keep his kids together under his fatherly care. Even though, has he been really involved in protecting the kids up until now? No, so go fuck yourself, Kevin. Kevin was an associate professor at a university in Utah, but according to the Insider article, his employment ended earlier this year despite appearing in the family vlogs. Not much is known about his personal life, and it's unclear whether him and the mother of 6 are still together. But here's the thing, he's so uninvolved that him trying to get involved now, keep the kids safe away from both these family members. I have cat hairs all in my nose. Now, keep the kids away from both of them. How many kids do they have? The Mormon couple have 6 kids: Shari, Chad, Abby, Julie, Russell, and Eve. Shari, 20, is the eldest, and in April revealed that she was estranged from her mother. When her brother Chad was 15 years old, there was concerns that, he was sleeping on a beanbag, and that a lot of them weren't getting fed food. And in a now deleted video, Chad explains that he had his room taken away, which we talked about, because he was playing pranks on his younger brother. Following the backlash, Ruby Frankie said that her children were strong and amazing and had been praying for the family's enemies, so the people that were speaking up against them. So now let's get to this Insider article. So it says, husband of Ruby Frankie, the 8 passengers vlogger, arrested on suspicion of child abuse, hopes to keep his children together whenever he had no concern about that. Remember when we were told the police would show up and the windows would be fucking barricaded and then the police would just walk away? Where was he then? Where is he then? Where is he then? You did not protect your kids up until this point. The internet knew that your kids were being abused, so you did as well, and you were probably a part of it. Keep the kids away from both of these people. From both of these people. Attorneys say, Kevin Frankie, the husband of the 8 passengers YouTube channel Ruby Frankie, will be taking care of his children after his wife's arrest, his attorney has told Page 6. Listen, what the fuck is this ad? How horse hooves are deep cleaned. This is really distracting. Anyways, why? I understand legal and stuff, but keep these kids away from both of these parents. I understand legal, but keep them away from both of these parents. You have family members of Ruby Frankie who is saying that these kids desperately need to be away from this family. They don't need to be with Kevin Frankie, who apparently hasn't been involved for a very long time. Frankie's urgent focus is simply to keep his children together under his fatherly care. Which was watching your children be forced to starve, be abused. Like, the attorney Randy Kester told the publication Thursday, when reached by Insider, Frankie referred questions to his attorney, who didn't immediately respond for a comment, obviously. Ruby Frankie was arrested Wednesday evening on suspicion of 2 counts of aggravated child abuse, according to booking reports from the Washington County Sheriff's Office. Authorities in Utah, a small suburb in Washington County, were alerted the day after a malnourished child sought help from a neighbor. And Jody Hildebrandt, Ruby's business partner and a therapist who had her license put on probation, was also arrested, like we know. Neither Ruby Frankie nor Hildebrandt have responded to requests from comment. Kevin Frankie has largely stayed out of the public eye in recent months. It's unclear whether the couple are still together. The father was an associate professor at the university in Utah, but a spokesperson has told that his employment was actually ended earlier this spring. And it's important to note that, was he involved in what happened to his kids? Did he know? Because the internet knew. And if you're involved enough, you would inquire at least about what's happening to your kids. And if you didn't, then there's no reason for the kids to be in your care now, because you didn't care about them back then. This full thing about who's the legal guardian, sometimes that's not the best guardian. I'm not saying I don't know this man, but if the internet knew what was happening to your kids, then surely you knew as well. And apparently you're still with her. Ruby Frankie garnered a large online following when she was vlogging her life as a wife and mother of 6 on her YouTube channel 8 Passengers in about 2015, and at its peak had 2.5 million followers. And then Ruby Frank moved on to this new project with Hildebrandt, which is this like really weird borderline cult thing. Ruby Frankie's arrest came after viewers had already accused the parents of child abuse about 3 years ago. Some clips people found concerning included withholding dinner from son when they were play fighting, when she took away Christmas from her youngest child over selfishness. They made not giving the children breakfast until they did their chores, and also didn't give them any personal space. The Frankies denied the accusations and also told Insider in 2020 that their children were choices and they have consequences for their actions justifying their abuse. There are natural consequences to every choice we make. And if we communicate these when children make poor choices, then learning is profound. Ruby Frankie said, "This way the child learns the choice has a direct impact, and you won't be fed," apparently. Kevin Frankie at the time told Insider that slanderous videos depicting us as villains were creating a false narrative of the family, which is why I don't think that he should be allowed to have these children. What? Give it a couple of years and he'll be fucking arrested too. He is someone that went on the record when people were trying to defend their kids, so much so that the kids that are grown now said, thank God for the people that were trying to look out for us. He's saying that it was just slanderous videos. Keep him away from the kids too. Keep him away from the kids too. When you cut and slice and put it together, you can make even the most saintly person look like a villain, he said. They find any justification that they can muster criticism and attack us because they feel uncomfortable, ultimately seeing our family and our interactions. But the truth is our children are learning to become independent, self-sufficient, and are being taught how to pursue their own happiness through the choices and their own relationships in life. Please, for the love of fucking God, investigate him as well and keep the kids away from him. Keep the kids away from both of these people. Yeah, him saying us and our. Keep him away as well. They've just made this big thing where they're like, oh my God, maybe we should have listened to all of these people here saying that, you know, we should have looked into the allegations against the kids. But then they're giving the kids to the dad, who's also been saying all this shit in defense of Ruby Frankie. Investigate both of them. Keep the kids away from both of them. I told you I was going to come to you with an update. Fuck both of them.